And it's come about because of something Boris Johnson said and also something our president said. In Cambodia, they have 29 public holidays every year. In Argentina, they have 19. In Austria, they have 14. South Africa has 12. China has 7. United Kingdom has 8. And the USA has 11 public holidays. Now, in the United Kingdom, there's a debate right now. The Queen is about to celebrate what they call her Platinum Jubilee. And the question is, do they have another bank holiday, which is their word for public holiday, to celebrate that? And Boris Johnson has decided that he will agree that there be a public holiday for that celebration. And then the question arises, does this public holiday repeat every year? And he said, absolutely not. He says, we will do it once and not again. And his reason is that these public holidays in the United Kingdom cost them £2 billion in lost business. So any kind of bank holiday or public holiday really does cost the economy. And that's the same for South Africa. We have 12, and it is devastating in terms of what that costs small businesses who are having to negotiate Eskom, all the other power failures that we have, and still the public holidays. So the question arises, do we have too many public holidays in South Africa or not? Now, when the new public holidays were announced after 1994, the old ones had to be removed. So we lost Ascension Day. We lost a lot of public holidays, which probably needed to go. And they were replaced with new holidays that were supposed to celebrate the democracy. So we got a Youth Day to celebrate the role that young people play in our country. We have a Women's Day that celebrates the power that women have in our country. We have Workers' Day. Now, my problem with these public holidays, there is a sense in which I ask, what are we celebrating? Because we're celebrating Workers' Day in a few days' time. And what are we celebrating when more than half the country is unemployed, will never get a job in their whole lives? Why are we fooling ourselves that we are celebrating workers? In reality, we should be hanging our head in shame by the progress government has made in terms of workers. We're celebrating Women's Day. We have special months that we look at gender violence. And yet all we do is to have huge campaigns where people are making money by organizing public relations in events where cabinet ministers make long speeches, and when it comes to the crunch, nothing happens. 2 weeks ago, a phone call was made to Muizenberg around the corner around gender violence. The police are still pitching. So if we're really wondering about gender violence, that is the level that we should be focusing on, not public events where ministers tell us what they're going to do. I would like to see changes happening where it really matters. So when our president announces how proud he is that 11 million people are getting 350 rand a month, I don't think he should be celebrating that. I think he should be hanging his head in shame. How do we feed people on 350 rand a month? If you're a grandmother in the middle of nowhere and you're looking after 3 kids, that doesn't even buy you bread, jam, and peanut butter. How do you feed kids? Then we have people who are wards of the court, and they get just over 1,000 rand a month. How do you, on 1,000 rand a month, send a kid to school, deal with the uniform, and kids 9, 10 years old who are growing so fast? How do you provide the fees to get to school? Those are things we, rather than just celebrating and saying we have achieved, we should be asking a more important question, is how are youth experiencing South Africa? How are workers experiencing South Africa? Now, it's not only bad news, because I note that churches are playing their role. Churches are recognizing they need to be looking after the vulnerable, the widows, the orphans, and the foreigners. Activist organizations are playing their role. But to suggest that we have a government that is managing to succeed in that is hypocrisy. We don't have that. So when we get to these public holidays, I look forward when I hear that people are actually doing what the state has failed to do. So for me, public holidays are not just there to lie around on the beach. They're for us to reach out and to make sure that all South Africans have a better experience of our country. Thank you.